there, this is Rodolfo, and I'm gonna be attempting to solve the challenge of Super Serial, which I already did, but however, I'm gonna show you the process of how I did it. So I'm gonna open an instance of it in our browser, and you can see that it opens a sign up page where I tried different SQL injection, but it doesn't really work. So we can understand then that the server handles these queries very well. So, as this is a super serial challenge, we can understand from the title of it that it is not really related with any SQL injection thing, and also the flag is at this location. So we maybe need to play around with the link. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is just put S at the end of it to see if it gives us the source code, and guess what? It does. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do add view source at the start of the web address to get a proper idea of what's going around here. And we initially see that it requires a cookie.php tab, which may also just open so we can understand the site better. And it also gives us the phps file to cookies as well, so that's nice. And then we also find the header being located at authentication.php. So let's duplicate this tab and try to see if it gives us the authentication source file as well. It does. So we have a lot of things that we can go through now. This just says invalid login, which we got as an error when we tried logging in. We see the cookie is being set as a login if the permission is resolved. Then the cookie is saved as an URL encoded, base64 encoded, then serialized with the PHP function, with the time and everything. So we will probably be using it later. Then we can move on to the cookie.phps file to see how everything is being stored. So there's a class permission which takes the username and password and then returns, and this function just returns them as a string, which can also be used in some way to get some access. For guest users, it gives something. For the admin, it also fetches something. Later on, which is an important part of this challenge, after going through the whole code, you will find is this thing. So here we see that the permission is being unserialized, and from that it is referred if the user on the web is a client or just a guest or an admin. And if there's an error, then we see that there's a deserialization error being occurred on permission. As we know, this is a serialized based challenge. We will be trying to use this to get our flag. So somehow we need to get this deserialization error, and we know that the deserialized error occurs when there's something wrong with this thing here, where a cookie of login is being decrypted. So this cookie.login is also being set here as the same thing. So we can try some stuff to get the decentralization error by adding a login cookie to our browser. So I'm going to duplicate this tab and then just go here. What I'm going to try to do is just remove the view source and just go here. Okay. Let's see if we can get the authentication page. First we go through that and we see there's an access log class, which is also read here by using toString function append to log function read log. This also uses the cookie file welcome admin. What if we try to just go to this site itself, without the source code, and we see that it welcomes us as a guest. So if we modify some sort of its cookie using the cookie editor extension on Mozilla Firefox, and then just add a login cookie with just some random values, then it should give us a decent deserialization error, as you can see. Now, as we got this, we need to somehow input the flag in the input so we can properly visualize what flag is hidden in here. So for that, I already have different things open where I've already done the challenge, but I'm gonna do it from the very start. So we're gonna try to use all of this. So let's see how we can use it. First of all, we need to understand how it's being encrypted. So first of all, it's URL decoding, then base64 decoding, then unserializing it. But as we have to reverse engineer the process, we're gonna have to do it from in a complete opposite direction. So we're gonna first serialize the flag output by getting it somehow, and then base64 encoded, and then URL encoded. So let's see how we can do that. First of all, got a decentralization error here, and we should have, okay, I'm gonna open another instance of it, and then just go to phps, okay, source. Here we will be using the class access log file and try to read the flag through this thing. So I'm gonna copy this whole class to here. I've already done some of the things there, so I'm just restarting. So I'm gonna try to send create an access log file, new access log, with the location that we have, which is /flag. And if we run it, let's see what it gives us. Oh yeah, we're also supposed to serialize it. I'm gonna just get back to what we had in the initial stages and then just use this. Okay, so it renders an HTML file, so we were having this problem. However, it should give us the proper results now. Yes, we now have the serialized flag location through the log. We're gonna now try to encrypt it even more using base64 and URL, so our deserialization error can properly give us what we need. So if you go back to the cookie file, we see that we've already serialized it. Now we're gonna base64 encode it. So I'm gonna take our output from this and then just base64 encode it. Yeah, I already have it here, and then just press encode. This gives us this, which I'm gonna take and then put on the URL encoder and then encode, and it should give us the final thing that if we put in the cookie, this should give us what we need. Okay, I made some. I've saved it. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, the cookie expired. Just added it again, and then okay, this was not what I intended. Yes, deserialization error with the flag. Boom. Thank you.